I mean, the Wall Street game is just rigged against you from day one. Just think about it. Like that's all you grew up with. You didn't grow up with real financial education. The only thing you knew was work hard, 9 to 5 till you're 65. You got trained while you were growing up to do a job, not to become wealthy, not to learn how to make money. You learned how to trade your time for dollars for somebody else to pay you. They didn't teach you about starting a business or owning assets that are going to give you cash flow and appreciation. They didn't teach you those things when you were growing up in your primary education. And they just set you up to start investing in your 401k, this dated system that's been around since the 70s, and it doesn't even work anymore because people don't want to work till they're 70 years old to get that retirement account, to get access to it. It's just been promulgated by the Wall Street casino pit bosses. That's what we call them, because it's a rigged game.
What do you think about that when people are spending none of their money and they're just doing these micro flips? Have you heard about that? And what is your thoughts on that?
I don't know. What is that? Tell me really quickly what micro flipping is.
Is they will get a house. They'll get the house on, they'll take it from the cash. They'll put the offer, and then they never actually go through like the mortgage part, and then they flip it for a small percentage.
So it's like a wholesale. Have you heard of a wholesale?
It's like wholesaling.
I think it's more of like a wholesale. If they do anything to the property itself, like if they do any kind of a renovation or improvement on it.
Most of these people don't see these properties. They will flip it, micro flip it within a matter of hours.
Gotcha. So that's like a wholesale. So that's like a wholesale. Yeah, I've done those as well. That's another really cheap way to get in, because you're not actually closing on the property and you're not actually doing renovations to the property. You just really have to figure out a way to source the properties and source, investors that you can flip it to. I mean, that's a zero money down type of strategy. So if you're just getting started, a lot of people start with wholesaling.
Yeah. And so like I said, in real estate investments, there's a million ways to get some skin in the game. And then you can have like the big 300 doors, you're looking at major complexes and things like that you're getting into. And then
a lot of people don't realize they can get into that stuff though. They see 200, 300 unit apartment complexes. Like there's no way I can get into those. I have to have millions and millions of dollars to be able to invest in something like that. And really, there is a somewhat high barrier of entry. I mean, $50,000 is usually the minimum, but you can get basically a fractional share of, a 300 unit apartment building, whatever $50,000 buys you, and you'll get great returns. I mean, they're consistent cash flow. You're going to get the forced appreciation from us renovating the properties, and you'll get returns that definitely, well, I can't say definitely, but will likely outperform your stocks and bonds and mutual funds that your financial and your 401k that your financial advisor tries to plug you into.
Yeah, but knowing the people. So a lot of this too, and the great thing about real estate, and it's either great or not great, but you have to know people.
It's cliche to say it, but people always need a place to live. And that's true. I mean, even in the 2007, 2009 downturn, multifamily performed great because people still needed to live there. That didn't change anything. The foreclosure rate, I think, was less than 1% on multifamily assets. So those are always strong, but those cap rates are being compressed quite a bit because there's a lot of people in the space, a lot of people driving up prices to buy those buildings. So it's difficult to find good deals. I like to be a contrarian investor. So whenever you see people running away from assets, I think that's usually signals to me that there's an opportunity. So keep your eyes out for things like office, like repurposing office, repurposing large box retail into something different, maybe into warehousing or cold storage or things like that, or industrial in general. So you've got to look for opportunities where other people are running away.